Hey guys, Magnus here bringing you another video. Today we're going to be doing another update idea. This is the Realty Bytes update idea. So a lot of this I feel like could have been in a level, which really makes levels kind of feel... Yeah, I'm still bitter about them ending levels in some ways, but I don't know. I feel like this entire episode could have been a level in itself, but yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff in this episode. I think this is a really good episode, but the one downside is two of the standout characters in this episode are, of course, Gil and Lionel Hutz. So, if you don't know, I made a video a while ago, like characters who I don't think will ever be added into Tapped Out. One of them was Lucius Sweet, who ended up getting added, but whatever. But I don't think we'll ever get Lionel Hutz in the game, and I don't think we'll ever get Gil in the game. Now, Gil I feel like is a plausible, like I feel like there's a chance we would get him eventually, as a playable character, and then he could just come back and for deals, or maybe they could just make a Gil clone. I don't know, they could do like Gil clone deals or something like that, or hell, I mean, they could just deactivate Gil's tasks for a bit, so like when he's, you know, you just have to hit his quest bubble, so it's almost like he's got another quest. You know, it's just got every update where he's got a deal, he's just got a quest. Or they could just revamp the Gil's deals, so instead of them being like you're having to click him, they could just have it pop up in the store. They could do a number of things. So I think Gil is plausible to be added in the game, but I feel like Lionel Hutz is a definite no-no. And if you don't know, Phil Hartman was murdered by his wife, and ever since then, the Simpsons have retired him and Lionel Hutz, and a few, I think maybe a few of Phil Hartman's other characters, I'm not sure. I know there's like Eddie Muntz, Eddie Muntz. He was a Phil Hartman character, but he's been revoiced by someone else, so like his most notable characters, Lyle Lanley, Lionel Hutz, and Troy McClure, were of course retired, so I don't see them adding those three, and they didn't add Lyle during the monorail. I mean, he came in for a bit, but then he left. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to be added. I really do want all three to be added, Lionel, and Troy, but I don't know. So I've put it as in our dreams, but I mean, this update would be amazing if it gave us both these characters. I would be really happy, but like I said, I doubt it. But anyway, let's move on to what I think will be in the event, or what I think is more plausible to be in the event. So in this, I've added stuff to the store. So there's a couple of items here. One is the for sale sign is a decoration, $400 each. I really want some decorations, man, and I feel like this one could work. It'd be an interesting decoration. You could have the choice to place them outside of whatever house you want. So, or place it wherever you want. You could place it outside Burns' Manor. Maybe it's for sale. But yeah, I feel like this decoration could be kind of cool. So this would be a permanent decoration. And then also the falling apart home, which is going to be $60,000 or whatever. It doesn't really matter what price it is. I've just put that as a thing. Yeah, I feel like that could be cool, and both of them will be permanent stuff. So this will be permanent in the game, and this will be permanent in the game. So if you don't buy this in the event, it doesn't matter. It will be permanently in the store, and then any other players, new players who come along, this will be in the store for them at some sort of level, at a certain level. Mainly, it is going to be a unique item though. Like, you can only buy one of them. But at the same stretch, I just think that having some buildings in the store that everyone could buy that aren't limited time, I think would be kind of nice, you know? I think there's so much, like, there's only so far you can go with the levels, to the point where you have to, you know, do events, and that's it. That's all you can do is events. So I think it would be kind of nice if they added something permanent into the store, which would be the falling apart home. And then we got some premium stuff as well. Don't worry. Obviously, I've got housing the redundant as the little building and the, what do you call it, building quest, if you will, building tasks. And so also we have Red Blazer Realty pre-renovation. Now, if anyone knows, of course, Red Blazer Realty is in the game, but it's not the one we see in this episode. It's a more modern Simpsons version of the building. So I would like them to add Red Blazer Realty, the classic looking version of it. I don't know, I just think it's simple, it's cool, and it stands out. So I really want them to add the pre-renovated version of Red Blazer Realty. And this will come with Nick Callahan, Nick Callahan. Callahan. Nick Callahan, and the building quest is bending ethics for profit. Now, I would like Red Blazer Realty to come with either Gil or Lionel Hutz. I would prefer it if one of them came with it. Lionel Hutz, of course, owns the business, so it makes more sense that he'd be added. But obviously, they probably won't be adding Lionel Hutz into the game. So Nick Callahan will have to do. So he's just this named Red Blazer Realty employee. He's nothing big. He's nothing exciting, to be honest. But I thought he was named, and he had a few funny scenes. So I think, why not throw him in there? And then we have the murder house for 80 donuts, and this includes a unique animation which will be the entire house falling apart. So when a character's inside the house, so Ned Flanders is going to have a permanent task in there, and so will Homer. So will Marge, and maybe Homer and Snake could have one where they like fight in the house. But whenever there's someone in the house, the whole house will collapse as the animation, which I think would be kind of cool. And so the task is making purple drape lovers scream, and of course that is because Flanders does a little scream when he sees those purple drapes. So Red Blazers is going to be the event currency. After you activate the event by making 3 homeowners evacuate their homes and make Marge look for solutions. So after sewage in the town overflows due to there being no water treatment plants, Marge decides to get her old red blazer out to help the town out. Make Marge find her blazer, make her homeowners find a hotel, and eventually, after earning enough blazers, you unlock Red Blazer Marge, which is going to be a costume for Marge Simpson. I know it's not a crazy amazing costume. I just like these simple costumes though, and it's like this kind of unique look she has in the episode. So, and I know it's nothing too exciting, so that's why I've placed it as the very first prize you unlock, and I think that's a fair deal. Gil and Nick tell Marge they can help, but they need to advertise to the town to gain interest. So you make Marge tell the church, make homeowners seek refuge in the church, and this will unlock Henrich's Monocle Shop, which is right here. So the Henrich's Monocle Shop, it's just this green sort of building here. It kind of pans, so I don't have a picture of the whole building. But on top of the building is a massive Red Blazer Realty advertisement, so I think it'd be kind of fun to have that on top of the Henrich's Monocle Shop. I think it did appear in another episode without that banner on it, but I don't know. I think it makes sense just to add it with the big banner on it. I think that'd be kind of cool. The big billboard on it. So yeah. The crazy cat lady comes out to Marge and talks nonsense to her, whilst Reverend Lovejoy kicks out the town for stinking the church out. Make Reverend Lovejoy kick out homeowners, make homeowners find a new place to live, and make Marge find the crazy cat lady a new home. And this will unlock the dog home, which is right here. So bathing dogs and real estate agents, and this is obviously advertising shady businesses, and real estate agents. Sorry, not real estate. So yeah, the dog home. So this was one that Lionel Hutz was trying to sell, and he went in there to go because it was currently housing him and his dogs, all of his dogs. So yeah, it's just a simple looking home, nothing too exciting about it, but I threw it in there. I think it'd be kind of cool to get it. There is obviously quite a lot of buildings in this event idea, which I kind of like. I actually do like adding loads of houses in the game. It freshens up the town a little bit. So that's the main reason I like this event idea. Next to come to Marge is Barney. He tells her he needs a floor to lay on while he's drunk. Make Marge find Barney a new home. Make homeowners arrange a meeting with Marge, and this will unlock the cramped house, which both Hibbert and Flanders, Hibbert and his wife, and Flanders and his wife go into. And it's like cramped as hell. It's like got a cramped kitchen in it. So I also love the design of this house. It looks really kind of cutesy and simple. So yeah, I think it would be kind of cool to have that in the game. And then next up to ask for a home is Mel. He asks for a home where he can relax after being abused by Krusty. Marge looks for a home whilst dealing with the while dealing with the rest of the town. Make Marge find a home for Mel. Make homeowners look at houses. So this will unlock the bowling home and Sideshow Mel if you don't already own him. So I'm throwing in this whole if you don't already own thing, but it's going to come with the bowling house. So this is right here. The one thing with this whole quest line is Mel obviously appeared in this house, so it'd be like, well, and sometimes they kind of like, it's really weird with Tap Out, because obviously Tap Out is non-canon to the show, But sometimes they have like characters be like, oh yeah, I've done this before, I've been in this building before, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they make it like they've never seen this before, even though they did in the episode. So I don't know about that, but anyway, giving cramps to home buyers as the cramped house, giving strikes to home buyers as the bowling house, the bowling alley house, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and then Marge realizes all the homes she's given are bad for owners. Barney complains he can't pass out properly due to it being cramped, and the crazy cat lady has lost her cats due to the dogs in the home. Marge decides to instead fix the sewage system. However, Mel is happy with his home, but dreams of company. Make Mel bowl alone, make Marge fix the sewage system, and make homeowners begin to move into their new homes. And this will unlock Barbara Christoscoffi. Now, I know that Barbara isn't particularly a massive character, and does she deserve to be the final prize? Maybe not, maybe. I don't know. I like the idea of this completing families, and I think, what is home if it's not with the family? So I think there'd be some kind of cheesy message in there, and they can throw some comedy somehow. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And she appeared in the episode as well, and it's her first appearance. She barely has anything, and I'm trying to think like what other update they could really give her to us in, and I can't think of anything. Now, Barbara is now no longer with Mel. They got divorced, apparently, at some point during this episode and one of the later episodes. They got divorced. Barbara is actually Krusty's sister and Mel's ex-wife, so yeah, they could do some stuff with that. I think her questline could be pretty cool. They could do some stuff with, Krusty and Mel, and Krusty getting mad at Mel for dating his sister or marrying his sister. I don't know. They could do something there. I'm sure they can come up with some fun little antics. So let's get into some quests. So we've got Nick. Sell homes on the go for 60 minutes, him with his little telephone there. Show up homeowners for 4 hours. Pressure homeowners for 6 hours. Carry a new wall to work for 12 hours. Him literally carrying a huge wall. He didn't do that in the episode, but they've created animations in the past, and I think that could be kind of funny. And then buy a new headset phone for 24 hours. Don't know where that can be, but it could be somewhere. We got Realty Marge. Twirl in joy for 60 minutes. Her twirling around with her uniform. Sell the falling apart home for 2 hours. Sell the dog home for 4 hours. Sell the cramped home for 6 hours. Sell the bowling home for 8 hours. Upgrade her uniform for 12 hours. It'll be her uniform being like transformed to that whole like thing she had in the episode, that like kind of royalty uniform. And then sell the murder house for 24 hours. Yeah, so I think those could be some cool tasks. I know there's a lot of sell, but I want characters to go in the new building, so Marge seemed like the obvious choice. And then we have Barbara. Bowl for 60 minutes, which will be an animation. Explore new home for 4 hours, which will be in the bowling home. Sponge off her brother for 8 hours, this will be maybe in Krusty Lou Studios? Yeah. Drink and socialise for 12 hours, this will be an animation, her drinking and socialising as she's been seen before. And then rekindle with Mel for 24 hours, this will be in the home, and it will include Sideshow Mel. So that is my Realty Bites update. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of cool stuff in here. They could obviously remix it. They could do a whole real estate, a whole like sort of real estate event, I think. And I might do a follow-up video from this video talking about a whole kind of massive update of a real estate update. Because I think there's a lot of homes that we haven't got, like Miss Hoover's home, we haven't got that yet. There's obviously Barney's apartment, which we've never actually seen the exterior of, but we've seen the interior of it, and I feel like the tapped out event makers could just make it up, which they've done in the past. There's loads of different characters who literally do not have homes. They are homeless in tapped out. So I think there is a chance that they could do a massive update on characters' homes, and they could give us like, it's perfect opportunity to give us characters that have nowhere to, no other update to really come into, especially characters like Zia Simpson. Like Zia Simpson felt really tagged on in the Halloween event, and I know the reason they gave like, I get the whole Kangakodos thing, but to me it just made zero sense. It was just tagged on there to throw in the event. Like, it felt really forced. So I think this event though makes sense. If you could have characters who just come with their homes, and that's fine. Like the Dr. Hibbert home, like Dr. Hibbert's home, for example. We've not got that in the game, and we still need all of his kids, although they're unnamed. Yeah. So plenty of stuff there for them to do. I think this event, if it was a mini event, this could work really well. We get loads of cool buildings. Characters aren't great, but hell, when we get loads of buildings, I'm fine with the characters being kind of sloppy. If we get some really cool buildings in the game. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts on this update. What do you think do you think it would work? Would you like it? What changes would you make? And I will see you next video. Goodbye.